Hello crafty friends, this is the Papered Chef here. In today's video, I'm going to share 16 projects I created using the Gift of Fall Paper Pumpkin Kit. It is our August 2019 kit. It came with all of the supplies to make several beautiful bags. I also purchased the Gift of Fall add-on kit, which was $10. I purchased that from Stampin Up, and it allowed me to stretch this kit much further. Plus, I used many of my own supplies, which I'm going to share with you. These supplies, for example, are available now on my website, which will be linked in the description below. This is the leaf punch, and the leaves that came with the embellishments were exactly the same as the leaf punch, and so I punched out extras using some cardstock which coordinated. Okay, this is the delightful tag topper punch, and I used that several times, and you're going to see that in my bookmarks and tag treat. And this is the timeless label punch, and I just used that occasionally. So leaf punch, delightful tag topper punch, and timeless label punch. So I started out by just trying to make a bag, just like it showed, and I created a bag similar to the one that it came. So I used the stamp. I used a stamp called Enjoy, and I colored this. I stamped it in, this is one of the stamps that came in the set. I stamped it in Pretty Peacock. I then colored it with Old Olive, Mint Macaron, Crushed Curry, and Pumpkin Pie. I just want to show you that right now. So what I did is, whenever I get a kit, I take out the coordinating colors, which I just mentioned. And also, there is Blackberry Bliss, Merry Merlot, Crushed Curry, Crumb Cake, and I've already mentioned the others. Pretty Peacock, Mint Macaron, Pumpkin Pie. So here are all the coordinating colors, just beautiful assortment of fall colors. So then what I did is I stamped several of those, and I just started coloring them. Okay, so I stamped them. This one is Blackberry Bliss, and this is Pretty Peacock. Then I used my Stampin' Right markers. By the way, that's the Stampin' Spot that comes with it. And I just colored those. Okay, very easy. I'm just using, there's a thick side and a thin side of the marker. And I just colored every other one. What I like about the Stampin' Right markers, as compared to the blends, is I can color on regular ink and it doesn't run. And also it doesn't run through to the back like it does when I use Whisper White cardstock with the Stampin' Blends. Okay, now this is the Crushed Curry ribbon that came with it, and these gorgeous tags came with it as well. Okay, now then I went a step further, and I created a bag with my Brother ScanNCut. And I show this in my actual course, how to do this. But this is Merry Merlot ink. I actually wrote with the ScanNCut using this marker. So I put this marker into the universal pen holder, and I wrote a personalized tag. And then lots of extra little embellishments, like the leaves from the leaf punch, these little sequins. And now this stamp, it is from the Colorful Seasons stamp set. Okay, it just looks like this. It's not part of the actual Paper Pumpkin Kit. It's just a regular stamp, and I used it a lot throughout these projects. Okay, so that's what I did for this project. Lots and lots of, I even stamped Pumpkin Pie along the bag. And then this washi tape, the washi tape is not part of the set. It actually came, it's called, It All Starts With Art. And that's where that washi tape came from. Okay, so I'm going to put these over there. And next I want to show you some of the cards. Now, the cards, the Gift of Fall Paper Pumpkin Kit came with an add-on. And so what you can do, and they came with envelopes, and then you can just take these cards and decorate them. And I was using these for turkeys last week and different things. And so this is what I decided to do. I love all these vellum embellishments that came in the kit. All of these things, these vellum embellishments, and these came in the kit. You're going to get to see a kit. So you'll see what I added and what came with it. I stamped all of these sentiments using only the stamp set, except for the leaf I showed you. Except for this, every stamp that I used is always from this Paper Pumpkin Kit. Now, I did add washi tape, so that's a little bit extra, and I tried to add sequins and do lots of layers. Okay, now, keeping with the same theme of this add-on kit, and here's a picture of what the add-on kit looks like before I confuse you. This add-on kit had cards in it. Okay, so it had this kind of card, which you see I covered up with the wreath, and it had this kind of card. I took this card and I created a box with it. And this is what I came up with for the box. And I'm going to go ahead and open the box to show you what's in the box. So I used a Happy Thanksgiving stamp from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. I used the twine from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. Every single thing on this box is from the Paper Pumpkin Kit, except this is the add-on kit, but it's still the Paper Pumpkin Kit. And then I love the watercolor wash that makes it look like I actually colored this whole box, and I did a lot more work. I just wrapped twine around it several times, and I filled it with little treats that match, that I purchased at the Dollar Tree. So here's some little fall candy corn treats for my little box. Okay. And I showed how to make these little boxes in one of my other, well, in several of my other tutorials. If you're interested, I can share that link. All right, moving along. I told you that I created bookmarks. So I have several, I have a couple different styles of bookmarks or tags. And one of them I used was using the supplies from the kit, these round parts from the kit, and I took the wreaths and I stamped them. All of these sentiments were there. You can punch them out. I punched them all out. All of the supplies, except for the cardstock in the back of these tags, was from the Paper Pumpkin Kit and this one stamp. So here the bookmarks are, these two are pumpkin pie as the background, so 2 inches wide. And then over the top, the next layer is Pretty Peacock, because it's one of the coordinating colors. So pumpkin pie, then Pretty Peacock, and then all of these different embellishments from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. I'm going to put those over there. Now I'm going to show you my tag treat. I love making tag treats. This used the delightful tag topper punch, as did these bookmarks. I used that same punch I showed you, and I've given tutorials on how to create these tag treats as well. I took the tag that came with the kit that goes on the bags. I'm just digging in here to show you. I think I have one left. Here, I took this and I wrapped it around the bottom of a pumpkin pie treat. I wrapped it, I overlapped it so you couldn't really see the glue marks. I added some vellum leaves, and I added some little sequins and things, and again this seam binding ribbon and some twine. I love these colors, and I love the coordination of the colors. Beneath me on my table, I want to point that out now, it all starts with art. There's that washi tape that I showed you earlier, right here, that I showed you earlier. This washi tape matches this paper. This paper on my table as a background, it's called It All Starts With Art. It's another type of designer series paper we have at Stampin' Up! Right now in our annual catalog. So what I did is I took that paper, because it was crushed curry and it matched what I was doing, and I created these Skittles treats for the fall. And yes, I do pick through my Skittles. I take out the red and green and I make Christmas treats, and I take out the browns and the oranges and yellows and I make fall treats. So this is just that crushed curry paper with a little topper, and I have vellum sticking out and I have layers sticking out. I could even add twine. Super, super easy to make, and the 1-inch bags will be linked below as well. Okay, now I'm going to show you 2 more cards that I created, and I think I need to start making some room for these projects so my table's not so crowded. Okay, here are a couple cards. Thankful for You. And what I did for that is I took those tags that I stamped. This is stamped in, it's either Blackberry Bliss or Mary Merlot in the background. And then I colored it using the Stampin' Up! Markers. I used crushed curry and pumpkin pie. And no, markers do not come in your kit. You're going to get to see what comes in your kit. You only get a stamping spot. So when you have other materials from Stampin' Up! Already and you read about the coordinating colors, you can make your kits stretch so much further and do so many more projects with those kits. Okay, let me move that over. So that was the Thankful For You card. This is just a banner, and I covered up the little hole. This little banner was a tag. I covered up the little hole with just some extra embellishments. I wrapped twine around this inner layer of Pretty Peacock. That's the matting, is Pretty Peacock. And behind it is Crumb Cake. So the card base is Crumb Cake. Okay, the next card. I love this tag. Again, I love this tag. You could do so much with this tag. I hate to just layer it on a bag behind something, because it just covers up the beauty of it and the colors. But I put it behind this card, and you can see different parts of it sticking out. To give it dimension and layers, I added the twine. I added things that I punched with the leaf punch. I punched some Pretty Peacock, and I punched some extra pumpkin pie there. But other than that, all these little embellishments are from the kit. This here is the timeless label punch in the background, because when I put the Happy Thanksgiving onto the tag, it just got washed away. The crumb cake got washed away into the white. So to add contrast, I added a piece of crushed curry, which was just part of my kit. I just punched it right out of the extra paper that was from some of the punch outs. And then I stamped Enjoy in Pretty Peacock using the little banners that came with the kit. This is a pumpkin pie card with a Pretty Peacock card base. Okay, next I would like to show you something else I did. And it is something I used a little bit of extra materials for as well. So right now in our annual catalog, we have these really pretty pillow boxes. So I took apart the pillow box and just ran it through my Big Shot using a die that coordinates with my seasonal layers. My colorful season stamp set. It's called Seasonal Layers dies. I use these dies a lot for all seasons, but this is the one that I used for this. So what I did is I took apart, I guess I have to show you the pillow boxes because I don't want anyone to ever not understand how I did something. So I took pillow boxes. We sell these. They come shipped flat. They're really beautiful with these polka dot textures on them, and they're pretty thick and they're pretty strong. So they were actually kind of hard to pull apart. And I used my little spatula. I had a little spatula from my ScanNCut, and I just pried these open, and then I laid it flat and put the die on it. Okay. So then I cut a hole in it. So now my little candy corns would fall right out of the hole if I didn't make an acetate window. So then I cut a little acetate window, and that's how the little candy corns are in there, and you could see through it, and it's beautiful. And then what I did is, so that's how I made the pillow box. I used that side for the front, and then this side for the back. I glued it back together. I used the stamp from the Paper Pumpkin set, the twine, these vellum leaves, and all these little sequins from the Paper Pumpkin set to embellish the box. Okay, so that's another project you can do very easily. And all of these materials, in fact, except for the very last project, which I'm so excited to show you, everything is available now. Everything I'm showing you, all these materials I used, you can get by clicking in the description of this video. You're going to find the materials I used for these projects. All right, so now let's make a little bit of room. Show you some more bookmarks. Okay, these 3 tags, I didn't use the circle wreath this time. I just used the different embellishments that came with it. And if you flip over the crumb cake side, you're going to get a white side. I really like how the white turned out as well. So this is pumpkin pie and Pretty Peacock combination. So pumpkin pie is the background, 2 inches wide, 1.75 inches wide for the Pretty Peacock on the inner layer. And then I just used lots and lots of leaf punches that came in the kit. And this is stamped in Merry Merlot. This one's stamped in Blackberry Bliss. And this one is stamped in Pretty Peacock. Again, using only the stamps that came in the kit. And lots of layers and vellum and different things just to layer it up, little sequins, little twine, and some crushed curry. All right, so for my final project, before I show you the unboxing of an actual full kit, let's make sure I have the kit. Here we go. It is something that is really exciting to me because I just love how these colors came out. These are called the gold mini pizza boxes. You've seen me decorate pizza boxes many times in the past, but these are better because these don't need a whole lot of decoration. They're already beautiful gold boxes. They come shipped flat, and they're part of our holiday catalog, which will be available September 4th. I'm not going to open this one up, but there's lots of treats inside, like Tic Tacs and some tea bags and things fit inside there. I'm actually going to be putting this inside this gift bag, so I don't want to open it up because it's a gift. But these vellum floral pieces really came out well on these gold boxes because you can see through them to the gold. So that was exciting. Now I get so excited about Paper Pumpkin that I order 2 kits every month. And I use one whole kit, as you know, because I'm always doing videos. But then I take extra things like either the kit itself and I give it as prizes, or I definitely give away my extra stamping spots and my stamp sets to my team members and people who don't have those materials, or who are trying to start a ink collection is what I'm trying to say. All right, so when you open your Paper Pumpkin kit, that's what I'm about to do now. I'm unboxing it. You get a brochure of the next month's kit. So we never know what's going to be in our kit. That's what's so exciting about it. We only know that it's going to be a Halloween kit. It says includes 20 bone-chilling treat boxes. Okay, so that's exciting. So if you want to subscribe to my Paper Pumpkin using the link in the description of this video by September 10th, you're going to get the September kit in the middle of September. But we don't know what is going to be in it yet, except that's going to come in this cool purple, well, gorgeous grape, I should say, not purple, gorgeous grape box, and that's all we know. And it's going to be 20 little treat boxes, so for Halloween. So then you get a stamping spot. The first time you subscribe, you're also going to get a stamping block. It's a little plastic stamping block for stamping. So then you get a stamping spot, and you always get a set of beautiful stamps. So I used every one of these stamps in the projects. And when you use the stamps, they're going to get a little stained. I'm going to show you mine. It's no big deal. You saw how crisp my images were. But because I used Blackberry Bliss, Mary Merlot, they got stained. No big deal. So there's a brand new set of stamps. Okay, and then I'm going to open this up and show you the kit itself. So you can buy refill kits only if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. I will for sure be buying refill kits because you have a party going on. You have a craft party when you get a refill kit for these, because there's so many embellishments inside. And I am a person that cuts embellishments. I make my own embellishments all the time with punches, with my ScanNCut. But to me, the amount of time that I save by having these kits, not to mention the inspiration it gives me because everything coordinates, is just unbelievable. So my time is precious, and I love having these Paper Pumpkin kits because they save me so much time, and they give me such creative juice each month, and it kind of gets my creative mojo flowing each month. Okay, so here's what you have. Your seam binding ribbon. This is the Crush Carry seam binding ribbon, and you get your crumb cake twine, baker's twine. Okay, then you get 2 different kinds of sequins, big and small. I used lots of sequins. You get some Stampin' Dimensionals. Those are those foam dimensionals. You get the bags. I think there's 6, but let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can stamp on the bags if you want. And I'm going to probably use a lot of those for Christmas treats as well, because I'm right now I'm really into these Thanksgiving type of cards. Okay, you get tags. You get 2 sheets of these kinds of tag. That's the one I stamped onto. Just to remember the ones that I was showing you how I colored the little berries that I stamped onto them. And in this month's kit you get, and by the way, you can't still get this kit unless you subscribe and get the refills and get the kits as a subscriber, but this is just showing you what is in a kit. This isn't what's in every kit. This is what was in this particular kit. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 8 wreaths. I'm just trying to show you the value for these kits. These are $22 a month, including shipping. Folks, that's what you get in these kits. They're just amazing. And everything fits in these cute little boxes. Now what I did is I took the extra Crush Carry and I punched it out with my punches. I used the leaf punch. I used the timeless label punch. These are gorgeous, these tags here. And colorful too. Imagine how long it would take to stamp those. Okay, lots of little cool little leaf. And this matched the leaf punch exactly. I was like, woohoo, great discovery. Check this out. How these match the leaf punch. So when I was done, I punched around and I got some extra Merlot out of these. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Blackberry Bliss. This is Mary Merlot. But I got some extra Blackberry Bliss punched out. That's how I was using this leaf punch, to punch out extra embellishments a lot of the time. These are Mary Merlot circles, and if you notice, they're stitched as well. You get 6 of those, and lots of crumb cake tags. So my advice when you're making your Paper Pumpkin kit is do all your stamping at once. Do all your stamping, and then you do all your punching out of the little shapes. And a trick for punching out the little shapes is after you punch them out, okay, if you get little nibs, I don't know why I'm calling them nibs, that's just my word. If you get little things here, like this, you can either use scissors to trim those off a little bit. Here, I'm going to show you what I mean. Put them on something. Or you just use a little nail file. If you want to be, or it actually doesn't really matter, because most of them are going to be hidden anyway, but I like to just fix my little embellishments if there's little marks from where I punched them out. And this is the vellum. Beautiful, beautiful vellum pieces. You get 2 sheets of those. Then you get a sheet of these pretty leaves with have stripes on them. And then you get a sheet of these leaves. Okay, and then you get these little adhesives, but I don't use those kind. I just use glue and glue dots and other things. Well, these are glue dots, but I'm saying I like to use my little glue dots from a roll leaving me lots of adhesives. This is the instructions, which I don't even think I even opened them this month. Well, here are the instructions, though. We do have good instructions. And if you would like to follow along, you'll have projects ready to go that are beautiful just by following the instructions. What I do every month, though, is I always look at this, the coordinating colors. So thank you for watching. Please feel free to contact me about subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, there will be a link there in the description of this video. And I hope you're inspired. If you're already one of my subscribers or team members, I hope you're inspired by these projects and that you'll go out and do something different with your kit this month. Thank you. This is the Papered Chef.